All right, the video of yesterday that I made was a commentary on this Chinamaxxing of Fox News clips, and it's quite funny. I don't know why I take off my glasses, maybe because they're really dirty. Anyway, I will want to show you the comments because it's hilarious. So even the Americans are not buying their propaganda anymore. It's just ridiculous. So let's just dive into it. This person says, I show speed and Hassan destroyed billions of dollars worth of anti-China propaganda in America in a year. Nobody's buying the US government's lies anymore. And nobody believes that America's the good guy. Laughing my off. This verse says, Hassan Piker came back Chinese. Yeah, that is what they said in the clip. You can watch the video. It will be linked in the description right under this video. One thing is clear. TikTok was more free speech and freedom under China than under Izzy control. We can't criticize Trump or Izzy anymore shamefully. We Americans want our First Amendment rights back. And that's is something that I hear a lot from Americans. Those who want people to believe China is bad are now trying to make people believe those on the island are good. And this one is saying, Chinamaxxing, LOL. Yeah, it's a new word. I mean, it's just, now they're calling it, they always use this kind of word to put a stigma on something, so people will be afraid to, you know, become stigmatized, that they will get a stamp on, oh, you're a Chinamaxxer. President Xi, please liberate us. The West yearns for freedom. Bravo. Bravo. That's 100% true. Hassan lives rent-free in their heads. Holy! So this, they were talking about Hassan Piker, that he has been Chinamaxxing because he has been paid by the government. They don't have any evidence of it, just saying so. Because yeah, he obviously, nobody can go to China and say, I had a great time. Nobody, that's impossible. Despite the fact that that China has raised 800 million people out of poverty, they literally eradicated extreme poverty. They're now working on to stabilize the middle class into a better middle class. They have the best infrastructure in the world now. They are the most advanced country. They are extremely safe. Healthcare, it's almost for free. It's so many things that the United States doesn't have, right? It's exactly the opposite. Exactly what Americans want. Exactly what the other Europeans from Europe want. That is actually what China is doing. But we are using it to keep it debating, to keep it so you can vote for them as a voting thing, right? For those that already traveled to China, that the shock is immediate. The living quality there is way better than that of the US nowadays, and very similar to what US like in the 80s. Boom. No wonder people started talking about China, and some are even moving there. US government should issue bans on traveling to China and let Gordon Chang talk more about the future collapse of China. And then laughing emojis. Wonder what they are saying on this. Many people often say that China 50 years behind the United States, which is true. The United States was better 50 years ago than it is now. I'm shocked that two groups that hate the current crumbling late-stage capitalist empire that is the United States both have similar point of views. China has higher home ownership, lower medical debt, higher life expectancy, lower obesity, higher public safety, lower rates, higher grades in transportation infrastructure. But these capitalist shills try to gaslight you into believing China is on the verge of becoming a third world nation because they don't want you to realize that the US could actually use some of that socialism that makes China's more prosperous than Americans, Chinese, that is actually. Wait, so the CCP wants more unions in America. Poor Americans have been fighting for this forever. So who is against unions and healthcare in America? I don't get it anymore. Where is our government? That one must hit for a lot of Americans. Where is our government? And I think the other Europeans in Europe also think the exact same thing. Where is our government? If you're European, whether you are from Europe or from occupied territory like the United States or Australia, etc., let me know if you also think the exact same thing. Where is our government? C30, dude, the self-hating racism is just crazy. She's brainwashed. Yeah, that's totally true. Let's just look at what she said.
The same people. It is cool to learn their culture. It's not cool.
Yeah.
Chinese people are different from American people.
To learn Chinese culture is not cool. To learn another culture is not cool. And she is Chinese and she is saying that. That literally is so extremely self-hating and self-loathing. Man, I cannot wait. I mean, not gonna say it. Hassan mentioned? Investigation after investigation, but nothing happens and no one held accountable. Waste. Back in the 1990s, the Chinese had American corporations, the venture capital, and many US senators and congressmen falling over themselves to ship American production and the jobs that went with it off to China, which they did. It was those three entities that made China into the power they are today. That needs to be remembered whenever you think the Americans' corporations aren't running the show. YouTube search Warren Buffett, no one pays a dime. And listen to one of our greatest investors and patriots has to say about what needs to happen to corporations and income taxing people. That's interesting. I'm going to watch it. I'm not exactly a big Hassan fan, but singling him out for this is crazy. The American elite are hopeless out of touch with the people. Other one says the Kuomintang News Network. For the people that don't know, the Kuomintang is actually from Taiwan. Occupy Democracy, the protesters who disrupted our class said in 2011, before I heard it, later become Occupy Wall Street. Always surprised me how they changed the name. The oddest thing of it was the HTC Verizon phone hacks that happened before the phone got banned later that year. Well, as you can see, all the way up to here, everybody is not agreeing with this segment. There's only one person here who says, time to take down TikTok. This is the amount of clips or comments. Anyway, let me know in the comment section. I wanted to show you that a lot of Americans are actually waking up to the fact that they have been fooled. And the propaganda, American propaganda, the old school propaganda doesn't work anymore. They had enough. And obviously they had enough. The American people are suffering, just like the Europeans are starting to suffer right now. Anyway, I also have a buy me a coffee. If you want to support my work, then please do. But you can only support my work if you have more than enough money. I would hate to take your last dimes. Use it for yourself. Use it for something that you really need for your family or your loved ones or yourself or your cat. But then please like my video, share my video, and also subscribe. I would love that just as much as a nice cup of coffee. Thank you for watching. This was your favorite Half Chinese, and as always, have a great day.